Welcome back to Art with Mr. Mariani. I'm Mr. Mariani, and today I am joined by the lovely Miss Tarnoff. She's going to help us learn today about portraits. Now, does anybody remember our word from yesterday? It's symmetry. Symmetry was our word from yesterday. So yesterday we talked about things that are symmetrical, and we talked about how symmetry means the same on both sides. So today we're going to learn a new word, and the new word is called portrait. Now, Miss Tarnoff, do you know what the word portrait means?
Maybe a picture of flowers.
That's a really good guess. But a portrait actually is a picture of somebody's face. So let's take this frame here, and if we were going to make a nice portrait of Miss Tarnoff, ta-da! What a beautiful portrait. Could hang in everybody's home. So what we're going to do today is we're going to draw a portrait, a picture of somebody's face. So if you take your hands with me, say portrait. And that will help you understand that a portrait is a picture of somebody's face. So the first thing I need is a piece of paper. If you have somebody that's willing to sit with you so you can draw their face, I'm very lucky to have Miss Tarnoff with us right now. So I'm going to draw a picture of her face. Then you need a pencil. Last thing you might need is something to draw on, maybe like a book or, I don't know, if you have a clipboard, that'd be great. Now I'm going to start off by drawing Miss Tarnoff. And the first thing I want to think about is the outside of her face, the around side. So let's take a look, and at the top of my paper, I'm going to start. And actually, let's move like this so you can look over my shoulder while I'm drawing here. I'm going to go around and make it nice and big on my paper. Now, did I make the head really small? No, it's got to be nice and big. Then I'm going to take this line right here and go down the middle. This is going to be my line of symmetry. This separates both sides of the face. So I notice that Miss Tarnoff has an eye on one side. So I'm going to start off by making a bump. And don't worry, we're going to be drawing another portrait in a second. So let's just start. I'm going to draw this one kind of fast, and then I'm going to slow down, and you can watch me draw it again, okay? So let's start off with one on this side, one on this side. Is that symmetrical? Oh yeah, one eye on both sides. Then I noticed that Miss Tarnoff has a nose, which is good, because she knows everything. It's just a joke. The nose goes right in the middle. Now the last thing I want to put on the face in the middle here is my lips. And I'll talk to you about how to make those lips in a second as well. But I have one ear from Miss Tarnoff on this side and one ear from Miss Tarnoff on this side. She has a ponytail, so I'm going to go ahead and put some hair on top of her head. And then I'm going to make a bump for her ponytail, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Make a line that goes down the side. Some eyebrows on Miss Tarnoff. And eyelashes. And a neck. And voila. Is a beautiful portrait. So now I'm going to go back through and show you how to do it from the beginning. And we're going to go nice and slow together. Welcome back, kindergarten. It is now time to slowly draw our portrait so that if I was going too fast when we had Miss Tarnoff here, now we can go a little bit slower. I took a picture of Miss Tarnoff's face, and you can tell it's a portrait again because it's just her shoulders and her face. If it was her whole body, it would not be a portrait. If you can take a picture of somebody's face, then you can put it down right next to your drawing, and it might make it a little bit easier. So the first thing I'm going to do, again, is I'm going to make my very large face. Now, did I make this face small? No, I kept it nice and big. Then I'm going to take this dashed line and go down the middle. That's going to be my line of symmetry. Now you're going to erase that line later on, so you don't need to make it very dark. Now I notice Miss Tarnoff has a bump for her eye on this side, so the top of her eye would be right there. And I'm putting it almost at the top of my head, not at the bottom. Our eyes are towards the top, right in the middle. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make it look kind of like there's two footballs. I have 1, 2. this is symmetrical because remember, it's the same on both sides. Now, if I put a circle in the middle of this one, is this symmetrical? No, I forgot to put the circle in this one right here. Very nice. Now, we talked about Miss Tarnoff having her nose in the middle. So what I'm going to do is go down a little bit, not to the bottom of my face, but a little bit, and I'm going to put a little bump on this side and a little bump on this side. Perfect. And I like to make 2 lines in the middle so I know where my nose goes. Then what I'm going to do is, if you go to the center of the eye and you pretend very lightly like Miss Tarnoff's crying, hopefully she's not, but if you pretend that she is and you go straight down, that's where my lips are going to go out to. So I know that's how wide the lips are. So I go bump, bump, down and around. Bump, bump, down and around. So I have Miss Tarnoff. I have a nice mouth on Miss Tarnoff now too. Now her ears, if the eyes are up here, the ear starts at the top, around and in. Top, around and in. And they're about the same size. I want it to be symmetrical, so I want my ears to be about the same size. Then I got to put an eyebrow on. And you can do that by just taking your pencil and going eyebrow on, eyebrow on. 2 eyebrows. Perfect. Now, I notice Miss Tarnoff has her ponytail, so let's try that again. So I see this is where Miss Tarnoff's hair is. And she's got some hair up here. And this time what I'm going to do again is I'm going to make a bump. And I'm going to bring the ponytail around, wiggle, 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 wiggle. We talked about smooth lines, smooth. And I have a nice ponytail now for Miss Tarnoff. Now, what am I missing? She needs a neck. Yep, perfect. I have a neck, and let's draw that nice Mickey Mouse sweatshirt she had on. My last steps, if I'm looking at it, is I can remember to make another circle inside your eye if you want and color it in. Color it in. And for your eyelashes, make some lines on the corner of your eye, a little lines on the bottom. Make a bump inside the ear. That means if it's symmetrical, I have to make a bump inside this ear. And so now let's take a look at Miss Tarnoff again. Oops, one thing I forgot. Bink, bink. One thing I forgot is, let's see, I have 1 eyebrow on this side, 1 eyebrow on this side, 1 eye on this side, 1 eye on this side, 1 ear on this side, 1 ear on this side. Is that symmetrical? Yes, it is. So take your time, find somebody that you would like to draw. Remember to make your line of symmetry so we know that the face is same on both sides. And remember, our word for today is portrait, a picture of somebody's face. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow.